So will some of the cosmic entities of the Marvel Cinematic Universe actually come into Avengers 4 and play a big part in that movie, or even just show up in the movie at all? I'm going to be discussing the possibilities of those characters actually coming in to deal with Thanos in Avengers 4. How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and if you guys want more videos on Avengers 4 and the MCU, definitely consider subscribing to Webhead and turning on that bell notification so you guys don't miss a thing. So if you guys have actually read the Infinity Gauntlet storyline within the comic books, there was one part of the entire storyline where the Avengers were actually defeated. All of the Marvel superheroes, not even just the Avengers, were actually defeated by Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet. He beat all of them and actually killed them all in different ways. And by the end of that, that's when Adam Warlock actually went to a lot of the cosmic entities, and a lot of the cosmic entities actually showed up to confront Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, where characters like Galactus, Eternity, Master Order, Lord Chaos, some of the celestial beings like the One Above All, not to be confused with the actual One Above All that's God of the Marvel Universe, but this is the celestial One Above All, Eson the Searcher, and a bunch of other cosmic entities that actually showed up to fight off Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. Of course, this was a huge part of the entire story, really just bringing together all those cosmic entities for the first time within these comic books. Now, really getting into this, is it possible that, say, in Avengers 4, we're actually going to see all these cosmic entities show up on screen to confront Thanos like they did in the comic books? Well, we have to really look at who actually could show up. Could, say, like Eternity, the Living Tribunal, Galactus, or Master Order, Lord Chaos, or even some of the celestial beings come into play with this entire idea that all these cosmic entities are going to show up? I personally think there's actually a very good chance that they do show up within this Avengers 4 movie, really just because they've actually seeded a couple of these cosmic beings already. Now, they've already seeded the Living Tribunal and Eternity already, and also the celestial beings. All three of those beings have been seeded in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We've seen Eson the Searcher as one of the Celestials wielding the Power Stone in Guardians of the Galaxy. We've seen in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, we've seen Star-Lord actually say Eternity. Now, he knows exactly who Eternity is, and we've also seen when Baron Mordo is talking about the staff of the Living Tribunal, really just talking about the Living Tribunal. Now, are we actually going to be able to see any of these cosmic characters in this movie? I personally think there's definitely a big chance that we could. One, Marvel does like to take a lot of stuff from the comic books and put it into their movies. We can see that throughout all of Infinity War. And really looking at Infinity War ended with the snap. The snap is what ended the movie. But now really going to Avengers 4, this is building up a lot like the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, where the first movie was a lot like Thanos Quest, Infinity, and Thanos Rising. There's a lot of those story elements in that movie. But now where they're leading off in this new one, it seems as though it's going to be building towards the Infinity Gauntlet storyline, where we're going to be getting a lot of these cosmic entities. So I think right there, that makes sense, especially where the Infinity Gauntlet actually starts off with the snap. So you can say that Avengers 4 will start off with the snap as well. So if that actually is going to happen, I think it's a definite possibility for this to happen, because Thanos wiped out half of the universe. This is where these cosmic entities come into play, because they see something wrong happened within the universe. Someone completely destroyed half of the universe. So they need to come in and actually save the universe from Thanos and try to beat him while he has the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, really while that's going on, I feel like the Avengers are going to be time traveling, but I think with these cosmic entities, if they're going to show up, they're going to need characters like Galactus to show up. Now, Galactus, of course, is owned by Fox, so we don't know how that's going to work, but it is said within like halfway through the summer of 2019, that's when Disney actually can use all of those Fox-owned characters like Galactus, say the Silver Surfer as well. They can use those characters in their movies, but there may be a deal happening as we speak right now where they're actually trying to get Galactus in that Avengers 4 movie just a couple months early before they're able to use all those characters. I could definitely see that happening, especially because I've talked about this before on my channel, where I think Galactus could show up as a post-credit scene within the movie. I think that's a definite possibility. But also, really looking at all of this, I think that we actually are going to see, especially Eternity, and maybe even the Living Tribunal. The Living Tribunal is a very powerful being, more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet itself, so that being would definitely be really useful in the fight against Thanos. But then say characters like Eternity showed up for the fight against Thanos, so I think that being is definitely a possibility for fighting off Thanos. I think that'd be really cool to see Eternity actually show up. The Living Tribunal still could show up, but I think that Eternity is definitely the number one compared to the Living Tribunal. Also, the celestial beings, I think, are definitely going to be some of them that could show up. Maybe there's some that the Marvel heroes don't really know about, especially the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. They explained how the Nowhere was the severed head of a celestial being and that all of them basically went extinct. They haven't been seen for thousands of years. I personally think that they could still pull out a couple of them, like Eson the Searcher or something like that, and kind of tease the Eternals as well, because they're definitely developing that story. That's actually being a script that's written right now by Marvel Studios. So I think with all those characters, I think with the Celestials, they could definitely show up. And I think with Galactus, I think they could make a deal for Galactus to show up, and then he's the next being that they really have to fight off and actually fear. That could definitely be a big possibility, because I think they need to do something bigger than Thanos to leading up maybe to phase 6. 3 phases down the line, so I think Galactus is that character, and I think they're going to want to start seeding that character now. But I think this actually has to happen within Avengers 4. This is a huge part of the comic book, and it showed exactly how powerful the Infinity Gauntlet was, and I think that'd be really cool to see all these cosmic beings come into Avengers 4. Now, of course, if you guys don't know what these are, definitely check out a channel called Comics Explained. He does a great job over there explaining exactly all these different characters. He just did a video on the Living Tribunal being in Avengers 4, so definitely check out that video. I'll link it down in the description. Really good channel over there, Comics Explained, really good guy, so definitely check them out. But if you like this video, definitely consider checking out 2 more videos below me on the MCU and Avengers 4. Of course, if you guys want more videos on all this stuff, definitely consider subscribing right over to Webhead so you guys get plenty of videos on all that Avengers 4 stuff and the MCU. Of course, definitely consider turning on the bell notifications so you guys don't miss a thing. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.